Hello, soldiers. Welcome to another episode of Soul Mission, where we believe that each of us has a profound purpose waiting to be unlocked. I'm your host, Ayah Daniel, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and give Mission of the Soul a follow on Instagram. So as we always say, empower your soul and ignite your mission. Your journey starts now. So this episode is going to be short and sweet, and it's going to simply be about how to let go of the past or of anything that has hurt you in the past and how to move on and see the bigger purpose behind it. Because I think, and I know that it's so easy for us as humans to revel in the past and to look back and think, what could I have done? Why did this happen? Like, that is just how human beings work. We don't forget things. We're not dogs where they forget where they've gone on a walk today. We remember things. Just like elephants remember everything. We remember things. We look back at the past. We daydream about it. And sometimes we can get in a bit of a rut about it. But one thing that I've always stood by and let my mind go back to is this saying. And it says, everything happens for you, not to you. Now, when you think of it like that, everything starts to shift. Because when you're going through something hard, you don't look 5 years down the line and where that little thing might not be as big as it is now. And you'll realise that was meant to happen. That has happened for me. It didn't happen to me. Life isn't meant to happen to you. Everything that you go through, good and bad, is meant to happen for you. You're meant to meet someone. And that's for you. You know, the universe or God or religiously or whatever is giving you something to make you happy. Or they're taking that person away because that person's no longer good for you. And if people stop holding on to the constrictions of the past and actually go, okay, this is meant to be here for X amount of time, now it's meant to go, and this is meant to be for X amount, now it's meant to go, and understand that life isn't meant to be permanent. Nothing's meant to really stay the same. And obviously those that are meant to stay in your life will, but those that aren't meant to stay in your life will go, and doors are meant to close for new doors to open. But it's such a hard thing for people and humans to accept, that whole idea of impermanence, and it's way more easier said than done. But letting go of the past it's the most liberating thing you can do. And of course it's natural to think about things that you've gone through, or hardships or arguments or things like that, but ultimately once you come to a place of acceptance, which don't force yourself to get to that place, you'll get to that place at some point, but once you start embodying this whole idea of acceptance of everything, to literally accept everything that happens to you, you will be unaffected by a lot of things. A lot of day-to-day things as well. Things that you might consider as an inconvenience, you might consider as annoying, you'll just learn to let it go and your life will just become so much easier. Now, I do need to practice this myself, but it's definitely a lifestyle thing. It's mindset, mentality thing. You can't just change this mentality overnight. It's a consistency. It's practicing it. My granddad always says, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. Everyone's able to react in a way that's not with anger and not with malice and not with bitterness. Everyone's able to react in a way that is cool, calm and collected. The monks that practice spirituality, I don't think you'd ever find them in an argument, ever, because they're in a place where they accept things that come to them, they let go of things that have happened, and all they're doing is living in the present right now. And it's crazy to think about it, because if you just sat here right now, completely in the present, forget what's going to happen in 5-10 minutes, forget what's happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago. And if you just sit completely in the present, you go, okay, right now, I'm sat in my living room. It is whatever day, it's Thursday, the 12th of March. And I'm just sat here and it's completely present, and there's not this is what's happening right now. Nothing's actually wrong. Do you know what I mean? In the present, nothing's going on. Nothing. And our minds are what make us feel all these emotions, because our minds go, oh my God, I need to do this by 3 o'clock. Oh my God, I'm so upset that we even had that argument last week. But if you're actually sat here in the present, like this silence, right now, this second, this millisecond, nothing is wrong. And that's once you kind of hit that understanding and you can practice doing that, you will come to calm yourself down. That can be your anchor to really just breathe and calm and bring yourself back to your center. I listened to an episode quite recently of a mindset mentor, and he basically said, close your eyes, whatever you're doing, as long as you're not driving, to close your eyes. And it's the red triangle theory or the blue square theory. So close your eyes, imagine a blue triangle, and really imagine this blue triangle. Okay, so now you've got that blue triangle in our minds. Now imagine a red square. Really see this red square. Okay, so how easy was it for you to imagine the blue triangle and the red square? So once you saw the red square, you forgot about the blue triangle. And once you saw the blue triangle, you weren't even thinking about red square. That is how easily our minds can change. That's how easily our minds can see things differently. And that's how kind of malleable our minds are. Our minds are so easily manipulated, and we have all the powers to do that. So let's imagine the blue triangle as a load of positive experiences and the red triangle as a load of negative experiences. How quickly can you change your mindset from looking at the negative experiences, stopping them, and then looking at the positive experiences? You have to see that as the same kind of thing. It's like your mind can switch, and it's just up to you to be able to do that. But you can do it. We've just proved to ourselves that we can see a blue triangle so quickly, we can then see a red square. And that is how quickly we can change our views and our perspectives on negative experiences and positive experiences. And of course, it's all easier said than done. Ultimately, it's a lifestyle that you have to maintain and be consistent with. Is positive thinking and being in the present. That all comes with practice and practicing. It doesn't happen overnight. But I think if you start off with that kind of those two practices, which is being in the present in that 1 millisecond, and then being able to control your mind by switching things in your head, is something that I personally do and I find really helpful. But in terms of the past, I mean, it's just a means of keep going and don't look back. And of course, all of these are a lot easier said than done. But if you just understand that in however many years' time, you will look back and realise, and I can guarantee you will look back and realise that was meant to happen to me. Right now, you might have no idea why certain things have happened, why you didn't get this job, why, you've fallen out of this person, why things haven't worked out with this person. You will realise, however many years on, the universe, God, will make it so clear to you why that didn't work out, or why that door closed and this door opened. And as daunting and as scary and as frustrating and upsetting as things might seem in the present, you have to come to a point of going, okay, that has happened. I'm just going to trust it. I'm just going to move on, and I'm not going to look back. And also understand that I read this quote and it said, everything gets hard just before you're meant to level up. So if you look at every hardship as the means of you leveling up to getting to your higher and bestest self and reaching your highest potential, and looking back and going, I'm going to grow from this, everything gets harder before you're meant to level up. And things only feel heavy if you don't let it go. If you refuse to let things go, that's when they feel heavy. So that's a really important phenomenon to understand. It's only heavy in your heart because you haven't let it go. And it's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier as the days go by and the things move on. So you have to learn how to let things go and understand that when you hold on to these feelings of the past and you try to recreate them in the present, that you're actually going against the flow of life. You're going against the flow of existence. You're going against the flow of the universe, because things are just meant to carry on. And when you're holding on, but the rest of the world is still going, and you're holding on to this experience, and you're holding on to your past pain or experiences, you're going against the natural means of life, which is that things keep going on. And things keep moving, and people are meant to come and go, and experiences are meant to come and go, and nothing is really permanent in life. Nothing's permanent. Everything's meant to come and go. And obviously people, as I said before, people are meant to stay, and those that are meant to stay will stay. But ultimately, once you detach yourself from your experiences and you just see yourself as someone that's going through something, someone that's going through and it's meant to, come in and out of these things, come in and out of these feelings. It's not meant to stay with one thing. And you detach yourself in that way, that's when things become a lot easier. It's a mindset. It's something that people need to practice every day. And that's when things like meditation and spirituality and mindfulness creep in to help you anchor yourself and to help you really just live in a way that is only serving you in a higher purpose. So I hope someone can gain something from this. And of course, it's a lot easier said than done, letting go of past experiences and past pains and past annoyances. But it's the only way you'll reach a level of happiness and kind of solidarity with everything and being content. So I hope this does help, and let me know if it does. And let me know if there are any other ways to help yourself move on from things, because it's something that we all experience, but we all kind of do it silently. Thinking about the past isn't something we always bring up with people in a group, or something that we just try and snap out of. And as we wrap up another episode of Soul Mission, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening in. And remember that your mission is a powerful force for good in this world, and your mission matters. Until we meet again, peace, love, and happiness, soldiers.